Hello everyone, welcome back to Gentoo Rescue. Yesterday we finished up the rocket training level, liftoff, is that right? I think so. And I was just looking around at the end of that episode for things I can still do productively. And I wound up here. I was like, oh, I haven't done this level. I thought it must be, at the time I was here, I thought, oh, this is impossible to get to, I'll do it later, in the same way I did this one. But you can get here with a spring, right? 2 penguins, one of whom has a spring. So let's just do that. Who needs to go first? The guy with the spring. Undo? No, that's not how you get... Well... Yeah, you gotta do this. There we go. It's another letters one. V-E. V-E. What does it mean? So, okay. We have 2 springs. Those are the only ways to extract the walruses. And each action with a spring can only extract 1 walrus. So one walrus needs to get into an infinite loop, and then the other one does. Green can't be the last one to do it, because there will be nowhere for him to loop. But red, if he ended here, could. He could go like this. So how do we get green in a position where he can loop out? Because, I mean... Where... Okay, let's just go pick up all the springs for starters. I don't think the order, the way in which I do this is going to be super important. I could be wrong, but... Actually, yeah, this sucks. Right? Red can't ever leave, and green can't do anything. Okay, so that's not the way to do it. So we gotta send green to get this one, probably, so we can get out this way. Is my expectation. Or maybe this way. So we have to get red back here. While green is in a position to be killed, I think, right? Because if red's back here, the only way green could escape would be to be on one of these 2 squares. And he can't get there without red's help. So we can't just have red escape and then green... we can't have red get here and then green get here. That can't be done. It has to be that green gets to one of these corners. Red gets to the opposite corner. What? Really? Well, let's see. I guess that sort of does something? Not really, though, right? Red is now stuck here forever. Well, I mean, not forever. Obviously, green can come out and help him. Although, not by much, I think. Well, red doesn't actually need a spring until the very end, does he? Right? We could... If we could somehow get green here... Here. and red here. No. Yeah, if green could get here somehow, with red still not having a spring, then red could at that time pick up a spring and join him? No, he couldn't. So what if green got here with a spring? No. So we know what the final position has to look like. Red has to be here, and green has to be in one of these two spots, and they both need a spring. Well, I guess potentially you... Maybe you could pick up a spring after that, because, like, red actually can kill himself without green's help. I don't know how I missed this. Oh, but he can only do that if he doesn't already have a spring, right? Because he can only get to this position by moving from here, which he can only really do without a spring. I see. So maybe we're looking for something like this, where green picks up this spring. But how can he go anywhere now? Right? He's got free access to, like, these two spaces and no others. Red could grab this spring, I guess. But that doesn't actually give green access to any new spaces, I don't think. What about this? Gets green a new space. So if we could get to this position with red and not having picked up this spring yet, I think we'd be good, right? Because green could do this, and red could go up, right, down, bounce. So can I achieve that? This spot here, I'm saying. I don't know about that. I can't really do much with how these guys are... Well, okay. Maybe I can make them swap places, and that's interesting. This is close. Except multiple things are wrong. I've picked up the wrong spring with green, and the two of them are in the wrong, like, need to be swapped. So if I want to get green to this column, can that even be done? I can get red to this column. Well, I mean, sure, I can get green to this column, like so. But I can now not get red here anymore. If I could do that, I would win. don't really want to look at a hint yet. I guess, okay, there's no discoveries. Fine. No discoveries needed. I appreciate that they have that there for you, so you'll know if you're looking for a new rule or not. Rather than beating your head against an impossible puzzle using only the rules you currently know about. So maybe we can eliminate... maybe we can characterize what a solution must look like to eliminate and prune some dead ends. For example, it seems as though this is a very good thing to do near the end, right? To have red pick up this spring, because that's the only real way he can get here. Is that true? Is there any other way red could get here? Because if that's the only way he can get here, that's pretty powerful. He can't come from this side. There's a wall in the way. If he could... get into this corner while already holding a spring, that would do it. But how do you get into that corner while holding a spring? That would only be possible if green were standing here and red were here and had a spring. So, I mean, I could arrange that if I wanted, right? No, because red's trapped now. Right. Actually, I mean, that's sort of interesting. Once red goes back here, he can't ever leave except by being launched, right? Excuse me. I guess if somehow green could get into a corner, red could leave. Like that. I don't think that's a super productive thing to do, but maybe. Green gets to a corner this way. That's kind of cool. But I don't think it's useful, because all he can really do is move back to one of these two spaces from here. We definitely need two springs. I'm not taking back that conclusion. I can't. This is an impossible first move. So, okay, I mean, I guess it's worth noting we only have two possible first moves. Red goes up or green goes up. And if the next move can't be red goes right. It could be red goes up. Maybe not. But the move after that has to be green goes right. So this much I think is forced. That's interesting. And still red can't go right. But we do now have some options. So, like, maybe this? red can't do a lot in this area. Right? If unsupported by green, the only thing red can ever do is, like, visit these... Well... Once he gets here, he can just go back to the space he's already on, or he can go to here, and he can't escape that space at all. So, if red does this, he's very limited without green for help. Now, how could green help? Green could stand on, like, one of these 4 squares. The only one he can easily get to is this one. But green here doesn't help red very much. It just lets red access this square, and then from here he can go up and down. I mean, I guess we can do some slightly interesting things that way, but not very. Red could, like... Oh no, we can't even... I was thinking we could do more than this. I was imagining green pushing off of this wall and ending up here so red could escape, but we can't even do that. Also, it's not the answer. So I kind of feel like if red starts... If red goes down here before green picks up a spring, we're just not getting to an answer. Well, no. I mean, yeah, right? Because green now can't escape either while red is still here. Even if red gets out of the way and green does this, and green can get to here, big deal. We just looked at this and saw it's no good. I was imagining maybe I could get green up here, but in trying to figure out how to do that, I don't think you can. So, I think red picking up a spring at this time is a bad idea. So let's have green get his spring and see if that does something. Like, red could pick up a spring in this way. Is that interesting? Okay, let's review the actual goals. Because getting a walrus into a corner is quite difficult, and we have to do that twice. Right? We have to... I mean, it's easy when they don't have springs, but then they have to pick up springs. So, the win position is red here. Either with a spring or planning to pick this one up. And green in one of these 2 corners, but not holding this spring, holding this one. That's interesting, actually. All the work we were doing a minute ago involved green picking up this spring. And in looking more at the win conditions, I've concluded it's quite difficult to win while green has that spring. Not impossible. But difficult. I mean, maybe impossible. I don't know. But I haven't proven it impossible yet. Because there were a few ways, like, green has to be in one of these 2 corners. If he's in this corner, then it means... Well... Where's red? red has to be here, right? We proved that, I think. Yes. And he either has to be carrying a spring, or this spring still has to be here. So if this spring is still here, it must mean the spring green has is this one. Whereas if red's carrying a spring, the springs could go either way. But there's sort of like a balance of probabilities thing. I mean, this is not rigorous at all, but there are sort of more potential end positions in which green has this spring than in which green has this one. So, I mean, we could just send red there right away. But green now can't get to a corner, clearly, ever. So we could do this to get green this spring. But now the two of them can't really interact anymore, right? Like, the walruses with us. This is interesting. The walruses with springs are more or less restricted to like these 8 squares, the ones that are not in the corners, because they can't get to a corner, but they can traverse all these other squares. They can't necessarily stop on them, only stopping on the middle two, but they can traverse all of them. So if red could somehow get to one of these non-corner squares, he could influence the way that green moves. But the only way he can get to a non-corner square is by picking up a spring. So there's kind of a disjoint set where, like, green can access 8 of the tiles and red can access only the other 4. And, like, even if we had red go pick up the spring in this way, all that does is let green get up here, which I don't think really matters for anything. Well, I guess it would allow something like this. But both of them are already really good at accessing this tile. It doesn't matter that now they can, oh wow, I pushed up against a wall and I'm here. Like, you could have gotten here easily, bro. I don't know, I'm kind of lost on this one. Yeah, I know, they both need springs. Yeah, I know. Red has to be over there. Yep, already did this. Okay, here's something I haven't proven yet. Leave the rightmost spring for red until green is gone. Sure. So that was one possibility I had talked about, but I hadn't proven it was the only possible way. So you kind of have to do this to follow that suggestion, right? And this is the position I was just in, saying green can't get to the corners and red can only get to the corners. I mean, okay, we don't actually have to take all of those steps right away, right? We could, I don't know. Green needs to pick up this spring eventually. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, we can probably make some proofs here. Green has to pick up this spring eventually, because this one is for red to escape with. Although, gosh, I mean... I wonder if I've been thinking about too strong a constraint on the end positions. I was saying that I need green here and red here planning to pick up a spring. But that's not true. Green could be in any corner. He doesn't have to be in a corner. If I could get him here on an edge, and red here, while green holds a spring, that would also win. Because red can go, like, once green is gone, if this spring is still here, red can just launch himself whenever he wants. No matter where he is in the puzzle, he can just press up, right, down, and he'll get the spring. Up, right, down, right, I guess. To go up, right, down, right. So I don't need red to be... I don't need this to happen over here. If I'm waiting until green leaves to get the spring. It can happen anywhere. As long as green is on an edge and red is hemming him in. Okay. So how do I get green to an edge while holding a spring? He has to push off of red, clearly. Wait. Oh, right. But the issue is... How then does red get to a spot green can push off of? I don't think you can do it from this position. This is just the start position again. Because if what I do is this, red can never pick up a spring, and so can never leave the corners of the puzzle. And green can never touch the corners of the puzzle, even for a moment. So they can never interact with each other. So you can't start this way. So green does have to go up early. We proved that already, because if red does it... Well, I guess you do it like this. Okay, I sort of swapped their positions now. Isn't this interesting? Because now I can do this, right? This is good. Now red is on a square that green has access to, and we can do this. Okay. So I have now... Oh, hey, get out of here. I've now completed this world, except for the one down here that I don't understand how to access. And we were looking for places to perform meta-puzzle modifications. I don't remember what I had discovered I could do. I can get out a blue walrus here. And he could just go in here and see what's the deal with transplant. Hopeless. That's interesting. There was this other level on the previous world. This one's called Impossible. This one's called Hopeless, so maybe we'll learn something about similar sorts of things. It does look hopeless. Surely I need a new discovery here. But there's literally nothing I can do. No discoveries are needed. What? Okay, so I have to, like, enter with a hammer, basically, is what you're saying to me? Oh, I didn't even see that red was here. Yeah, import hammer, please. Great. So this is about teaching me to import stuff into puzzles and perhaps export. I mean, it's called transplant, so mostly importing, I assume. Oh. Why is this one marked that I'm allowed to travel to it? I've never been there. I mean, I could get there, no problem. I don't know why I'm allowed. Okay, fine. Oh, it's one of those games. I can get into this puzzle because it's the one I'm already in. Enter base, enter base, enter base, and so on. And then I can enter it again, but this time with a hammer. And now I can extract with a hammer, which allows me to extract. Yes, I see. Interesting. Inductive. Okay, this is just weird colored weather, right? What level is this? This is also inductive. So I can barely see the spiral, but it's there. What if I go there? Is the whole world going to be... No. I thought maybe because the world was surrounded with this. But I guess I'm in... Okay, whatever. So parity is important here somehow, I'm sure. Oh, I'm already trapped here. Okay. So, in order to solve the puzzle, I have to get to one of these two squares, having stepped on A an even number of times and B an odd number of times, right? But every time I step on B, I have to step on one of these two A's at least. Maybe this one as well. If I had a cane and could stand here, I could go back and forth between these two, changing the parity of each. And so as long as they both had the same parity when I was standing here, I could toggle them both. Like if they were both open when I was standing here, I could make them both closed, and that would be nice. Obviously the ability to... Wait a minute. The ability to go in here must be important to the puzzle, right? But is the state of this A button persistent across attempts? Like if I do this, A is still closed at the start, so we can't really tell. Here it's also closed. Is there even a way I can use the cane to influence that? I don't think so. Oh, but now I can enter with a cane. Okay, I don't know why this didn't occur to me as being important. I can't solve it from here, right? Because every step onto one of these 3 things, which are the only things I have access to, changes the relative parity of A and B by 1. Right? Changes them from the same to different, or from different to the same. Which means that, and the only way to get to a B is to take an even number of steps. So every time I'm here, they'll either both be open or both be closed. And so when I go here, they won't... Oh, but I can leave! I can do this! Okay, so fix B. Oh, but I can't leave. Hello? The game is crashed? Low-level fatal error. Apparently, you guys can't see this, but there's an error message that says the... I mean, it was like... It's in the middle of a function called getDeviceRemovedReason. Like, it thinks my mouse got unplugged or something. I don't know. And it can't figure out why, because that function failed to complete. But obviously my mouse is still here, so... Okay, so if I enter... Okay, let's go back to the outer level here and enter normally. A is closed, B is open. And if I go in here, that's still the case, right? Yeah. And there's no way I can change that from here. Well, yeah, that's true. Okay. And if I come in with nothing, it's still totally the same. So if I go in with a cane... I don't really see how that helps me. In fact, how did I... So now they're both closed. If I leave... Well, it doesn't matter, I'm trapped here. But also, they're not still both closed, so that did not accomplish something. What? Yeah, I don't think this works. Like, I can leave this area now if I want. Oh, wait a minute. I see. I've solved it now. But the point is, I was arguing about how you preserve the parity of A and B while walking around in this area. Because every time you walk off of A, you have to walk on to B and vice versa. But while this is open, that doesn't hold anymore. I can walk from A back onto A, and that gives me a chance to toggle B while leaving A the same. Inconceivable, you say? Well... yeah? It does seem inconceivable. I need a new item. Blue, obviously, is having a fine, grand old time. But these guys can't escape. I need, like, green to have a bomb, maybe? Oh, look at that. I'm green, and there's a bomb down here. Okay. Oh, I never noticed. It puts some... We're not just in Inconceivable, we're in Inconceivable variation where green has a bomb. Look, a thing. Also, that's not how you spell Inconceivable, right? Is it? I-E, right? Oh man, I gotta look this up now. I can't spell that word. It is E-I. I'm so bad at this. Okay. So if I come back in here, I can just exit as Rocket Blue Walrus. Not sure why that's useful. Ah, no, I am sure. Well, if Red didn't have a hammer, that would be useful. So go over there and come out as a Blue Walrus. And now we can get in here. This one is titled Y. Isn't it just easy to win? Oh, no, I see. All of these Ds are controlling the trap the gray is on. So we... Really? I don't think you can do this with the current setup. I'm going to have to bring Red in here with some tool or something. Because if any of these guys moves, then Gray is killed and we can't win. You know, some of them can leave without touching the thing, but Yellow and Blue are stuck, right? So if Red came in with a bomb, then I assume... No? Why can't I import that? Huh. He does still have a bomb. Well, okay, let's try this one. Highly suspicious. New entry. Remove, yeah, of course. Remove an item from an animal by starting the puzzle with the same animal holding no item. Ah, so not the same color. I couldn't have Red in that other puzzle we were just... Okay, yeah. Oh. Wait, what? Retrieve a combination that was found using a different import. So we went in with a spring. We came out with a spring. I see. So there's only one spring. But then we enter the level with that spring. And we've learned we can export it. And then we export it again. Even though the only way we were able to get it out was by smuggling it in, basically, is what you're saying? Sure. So this level, if we were to enter it with someone other than Green, Green would have some item. I don't know which one. But this is the variation of the puzzle where Green has no item. And we clearly can't win it, right? because... How do we get blue here? Well, I mean, maybe. Now they're both in this kind of loopy thing. No, this is not working. Okay. So if I enter this as red or as green with item, maybe something interesting would happen. And it's easy to get there as red, right? Green has a rocket. Oh, that doesn't look very helpful at all. Oh, no. So I was supposed to solve it with green having nothing, huh? I'm pretty sure you can't win this one if green has a rocket. Okay, so I've been to all of these puzzles now, but there's 2 left I haven't solved. So, like, I think I need to get green here so that blue can go zoop, 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 right? And then green can go back out this way. Yeah, I was pretty close to that, I think. Getting green here means blue has to be here, while green is in this loop thing. So blue has to enter the loop first, which means we need to put green here, I think. Yeah. And what do I need here? Right, the only walrus I have access to is blue. Oh, can't export because there's no one there. Okay. Give me a blue walrus, please. But he has a rocket. It's blue with a hammer, red with a hammer. Blue, oh, blue with a cane? Is that anything? Wait, what? Oh, that's to import, not to export. Yeah, they're only telling me about level, like, okay. I appreciate this. I believe this star marker is helping me because it's telling me this is the only level currently on, like, let's get blue out of the way just so it's clear. The only level currently on the screen I can export things from is this one. And being able to export is actually important right now, whereas being able to import doesn't matter. It just helps me solve puzzles I've already solved. Exporting to the screen is what I need to know about, and this is the only place I can do it. So I need to export from here a blue without a rocket, I think? That seems difficult. Because he's all by himself with a rocket. Right? No one else can get there. Like, blue doesn't have to kill himself here. He could do this. Oh, I guess maybe... Maybe I don't have to import anything to this level. Oh, wait a minute. This is the level I'm currently on? Is that true? It is. So, if I could get one of my guys holding a bomb to go in here... Yeah, which I can do with blue, right? Go... New entry? Which one? Oh. An even number of button presses at the same time will have no effect. Wouldn't have thought about that. But you're right, that makes sense, in a way. So, like, at the end there, where yellow goes west and hits A and then A, that has an effect. Because they're not at the same time. But when, like, red is hitting both A's at the same time, effectively nothing happens. Okay, but at any rate, oops. I was looking at this. A new basic rule? Really? Flung items will land on a block, like a raised block, I guess, or after crossing a plane wall. So this, I suppose, does not apply to animals who have been launched. They go all the way to water. But items, if they cross a plain wall, so like not that fancy blue wall or the broken wall, like watch this, there, this guy goes all the way over multiple walls because they're not plain walls. But then it gets to a plain wall and stops. So you can move item. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, I actually can't get out with blue here in this spot. I thought I would, but I can't. So I still think, though, that something like this and this is kind of a necessary start, right? And then, oops. Then I can do that. I don't know why I couldn't do this a minute ago. It seems so easy. I'm here? I don't know what was wrong before. So now we can start the level where blue has a bomb. In what way does this help me? Well, it means that blue could move freely if he wanted. Except that in doing so, he would necessarily kill gray, because no one else would be moving with him, so there couldn't be an even number of button presses. It also means that if I can get someone to impact... Wait, hang on. This will only kill red, right? No, it kills them both. There's some rule about rockets that, like, or things on impact don't happen sometimes. I don't remember when that is. There's still something I don't know about broken tiles. What a world. Detonates when hit. Yeah, so there's something that, like, some action you can take that doesn't trigger when hit effects, and I don't remember it. Rebounds. Rebounds don't trigger on hit effects. Okay, so that's not happening in this puzzle. So it is the case, then, that I can shoot somebody straight at blue and they'll both die. I think it's still, like, kind of productive to do... Yeah, because now we can just launch both of those, and then green can take care of himself. Okay. So I've done, then, all of these, right? Yes. And Inconceivable, I can export a blue walrus with a rocket from, if I wish. So how do I solve this puzzle? I have to get red here. Interesting. So how do I kill this guy? The only way I can think of... Well, there's two. If red could somehow get here with a hammer and hit him, he would die. The other way would be if green... Well, sorry. If someone with a rocket could stand here and push left, this guy would be propelled. Because rockets work through walls. But since red needs to get here anyway in order to make it to here, it seems like it makes sense for him to get a hammer. Now, the issue is, how does red get to this row? With the tools currently at my disposal, I don't really think that he can. I need, clearly, to get some other animal on one of these two squares, right? But I don't have anywhere to export from, except I can export a blue walrus. Which doesn't seem very helpful. A blue walrus with a rocket, mind you. Oh, maybe that is interesting. Yeah, because if red were right here, I could fire the rocket north, pushing him here. Yeah. So before we go there, I need red on this space. How do you do that? You could get green here, sure, of course. Although it's not clear how to then have red follow up. But even if you could get red here somehow, green would be trapped, and we need to get green back here. So I don't think that's quite the answer. So how else does red get here? Well, green could be here, and red could be there. Frankly, I don't even see how to get red. Well, wait a minute. So I went here. Let's exit this level. No, it doesn't allow me. I don't remember how I got here. Because however I got here, if I could do that with red while they have a hammer, he could come out and get to here or something. Oh! If red were here with a hammer and green were here, that's how red could get to this square. Then green could come up here and become a blue walrus. So to get red here with a hammer, I think we kind of like have to get to one of these squares, which means we have to get here. So red with a hammer to here. This is not as helpful as I had hoped. How did I get here before? Not with a bomb, I don't think. This is this anything? Yes. I don't remember if this is what I did before, but this is what I want to do now. Gimme that walrus, baby! Woo! Now I gotta solve this level. Erase. What? Exit. Oh, green is here. I thought there was nothing we could do. Well, wait, there kind of is, right? Oh no, kill red. So the green can enter and not import an item for red. Yes, I see. Now red can come around the corner, and then it's just an actual puzzle. Which, to be fair, I don't currently know how to solve. Okay, we have to get red to this square. Yeah, I can do that. Lightspeed. Furious Fingers. Blink and you miss it. Okay. I have succeeded in transplant in about an hour. Perfect timing. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.